JNN,
the show with interesting people
and even more interesting topics.
I'm Adair.
And I'm Ray.
In this episode, we will be diving into spooky madness,
recap the 7th and 8th grade football seasons,
and talk about how student-led conferences went.
The 7th and 8th grade football team celebrated the end of their football season.
There were many ups and downs this season, but it turned out to be a very successful season.
The hardest part was probably trying to fit in with all the boys.
Going up against the really tall and big linemen, those are definitely challenging because they're pretty big, and so yeah.
While we play in Republic.
This was not the first year playing for many students.
It's something I've always wanted to do since I see my brothers do it since I was little.
I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I like playing.
The reason why I joined football is because I thought it was actually pretty fun, and I just wanted to, do it for my parents because it goes throughout the generations, honestly.
For JNN, I'm Emma Stevens.
And I'm Paul Taylor.
Thanks, Emma and Paul. It sounds like they had a lot of fun this season.
Now on to Miles to see how the student-led conferences went.
Parents had a great time watching their kids show out their knowledge at the student-led teacher conferences.
I feel like they were very successful. We had over 1,000 individuals that came through our building, and we were at 45% attendance by students, and that's up over 31% from last year. So we had discussed this last year as a leadership team, both an admin leadership team and the building leadership team, about the direction that we go with conferences and wanting our students to showcase what they're doing instead of it just being driven by the teacher. So it wasn't just my decision, it was a lot of people's input, and throughout the input process, we want to make sure that everybody felt like they had voice in it. So we thought this was a great opportunity using P-scale work this year for the students to kind of step up and take the ownership of their learning.
With JNN, I am Miles Armstrong.
Sounds like the student-led conferences went well.
Our last segment today is a little bit spooky. The Halloween tradition started as the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, where people lit bonfires and wore costumes to scare off ghosts.
At the same time, the Pope made November 1st the day to honor the saints. Soon All Saint Day incorporated some traditions of the Samhain festival.
The night before was All Hallows Eve, later known to be Halloween.
Over time, the holiday somehow went from warding off ghosts with costumes to trick-or-treating or carving pumpkins.
Halloween has been a tradition since the 700s and still continues till this day. Enough about talking back then, and let's jump into 2024.
The top 5 Halloween costumes this year are Red from the Descendants,
Inflatable Cow,
Kidpool,
and a Witch. I'm Adair Miller.
And I'm AJ Fisher.
Thank you, Adair and AJ, for that story on Halloween.
You're welcome. And thanks for watching this episode of JNN.
Don't forget, skip the candy tonight and enjoy the chicken sandwiches.